That's right. Oh no, not in this house. The song is called Who You Really Are. It's the gray sheet inside your program. I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. Who you're here to be. I see it in your eyes. A light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. You're here to be the one. You're here to make it fun. You really got my head spinning. You brighten every room. You always leave too soon. And this is just a beginning. I know who you really are. You're seeing it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. Let's go to that next verse. You are incredible, so unforgettable. You're one that everyone's eyeing. You are an awesome friend and so magnificent, and there is just no denying. I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. I know who you're here to be. I see it in your eyes. A light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. I know who you're here to be.
As I look around, I know who you're here to be. I know who you really are. I like that. Well, hello everybody, and good morning to you. My name is Jackie Peterson, and I am one of your Board of Trustees members. And I'm on duty today, so if you have any questions you want to seek me out afterwards and ask me about, maybe I can answer them. On behalf of Reverend Donna and also the full board of trustees, hey, rabble rousers back there now, come on. See, they know who they are right away. No, but truly, on behalf of Reverend Donna and the board of trustees, I am very privileged to welcome you here to the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living. Whoever you are and wherever you are on your individual spiritual journey, you are truly welcome here. Here you will be validated, supported, and encouraged to be all that you're meant to be, and that is, you're meant to be on your spiritual journey. Our vision statement, and a lot of you know this, so let's say it together: love in action, every day, in every way. We express this love by learning and living the principles of the science of mind. You'll find the Declaration of Principles at the back of your program, right up at the top. Please join me now in reading them. I believe there is an infinite intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe this intelligent power is only good. I believe this intelligence expresses as me. I believe through my conscious use of this power, I create my life as happy, healthy, and complete. And so it is. You know what? One of the lines in that I really like is, I believe this intelligent power is only good. And then better yet, I believe this intelligence expresses as me. And the same, and since we're all one, it expresses as you, because you are me. So just know that you're at the top of the heap when it comes to intelligence. You know, I've often said that I pray before I get up here to let whatever words come through for maybe somebody who needs them today. I don't know where they come from, the things I say, but but it's spirit driven, so I feel okay about it. Well, one thing that I want to do is thank each one of you for showing up today. You showed up and you made our family celebration here complete, and I really, really enjoy that because this family is so special to me. As a member of the board, you're not going to see me for a few months while Dan and I head north a week from Wednesday, because we're going up to sell our house and then we're coming back for full time. Ooh. Oh, I like that. Thank you. Let's see. I do want to thank everybody, though, who had a part in setting up this celebration today. We have so many volunteers in this church that I'm always amazed by it. And there's always more opportunities for you to volunteer if you want to. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later on. So now, if you would, please direct your attention to the announcements that are in your bulletin. And if you're watching online, please visit us at cslaz.org for our announcements and our events calendar.
The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you. And you and I are one. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you. And you and I are one. Namaste. Namaste.
Good morning. My name is Melinda, and I'm your practitioner today. I have an announcement. Our precious Judy crossed over to a higher realm yesterday, and in her honor, I would like to read her favorite, a tribute to her favorite affirmation, and have a moment of silence at the end. You are perfect, whole, and complete here and now, always and forevermore, as you represent the individualization of spirit within, knowing that your soul is forever eternal, forever expanding. You are perfect, whole, and complete, a collection of vibrating atoms, an energy that will never perish, only change in form, evolving into a constant flow of eternal goodness, eternal loving kindness, eternal givingness of life to all. You are perfect, whole, and complete, a revealer of truth surrounded by creative mind, manifesting complete freedom from all discord, knowing heaven is within, and shall it be so in every form you embody. You are perfect, whole, and complete, now and forevermore. Allow nothing to disturb your peace, as you are spirit, journeying into a new form as a shining light, glorious beyond words, with your essence of brilliant love. Let love guide your way home. Let go and let God. All is well. And now I light the candle. Representing all that beautiful flow of light that never dissipates. And for our invocation this morning, I invite you to take a breath, recognizing the One with its wisdom, heart, love, guidance, direction, and substance, as my being and of all beings everywhere, knowing it's all good and who we are. Coming together this day, we celebrate the gifts of God, and we claim the inherent growth that comes through conversation, faith, and trust in spiritual principles and practices. Grateful for this truth, grateful for this fellowship, and grateful for the words spoken and sung here today. I let go and I let God. And together, and so it is. All right. Our topic today is, Donna, she always changes it. Boundaries build bridges, but it's a little different in the program, I noticed. So I love the topic of boundaries. Boundaries are imaginary lines that help you protect yourself, both physically and emotionally. They keep others' actions and behaviors from hurting, distracting, annoying, or imposing on you. Boundaries set limits on how others can treat you or behave around you. People treat you as you allow them to. However, you can actually teach them how to treat you based on how strong or weak your boundaries are. Boundaries build bridges. We need to communicate our boundaries. Others cannot read our mind, and it's an assumption that everyone knows this about me. This does not absolve us from our responsibility to communicate them. It gives us an opportunity to practice courage and be vulnerable. It is an authentic expression because we are sharing who we are rather than who we are not. It gives others a path to connect with us. There are boundaries around our physical, mental, and emotional bodies. We also have boundaries around our time and energy and material goods. It never feels good when our limits are crossed without our consent. And when you don't feel good, it can help you to discover boundaries you didn't even know you currently have. Taking time to become familiar with your limits, your non-negotiables, is another method of self-discovery. Once you know where you are at, From there, you can create new boundaries and communicate them with others. Communicating our boundaries may feel difficult and scary, but like any skill set, it gets easier with practice. Avoidance may feel easier, but there are consequences once boundaries have been crossed. There's a natural reaction to push back, bringing with it many other emotions. Deciding to be brave and ask for what you need may not get us the results we hope for. This being a new conversation may feel to them like you're putting limits on the relationship. These boundaries were always there, yet being unspoken. They didn't know until now that they existed. If expressing your authentic self with someone is a problem for them, it may be time to evaluate your boundaries around how you're willing to tolerate people or situations where your boundaries are not respected. We teach others how to be with us. How will others know how to treat us if we don't let them know? And if we're waiting to see if they will respect what we believe they should have known all along, we are playing games that sabotage our relationships. It's a setup for all involved. Once we know our boundaries, it's an act of love to share them. It invites others to understand us better, and it communicates the way to our heart. When boundaries do get crossed, we can then have heart-to-heart conversations for reconciliation. Authenticity is a practice. We can start right now where we are today. Forgive ourselves and others from being perfectly imperfect, and begin again. Loving ourselves and others to be brave and clarify. This is what I will or will not do. This is what I will or will not accept. Will actually build bridges of connection. This is an act of living out loud. Namaste. Now I take the candle to hold the high watch and await your prayer requests.
Gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? I would whisper love so loudly every heart would understand that love and only love can join the tribes of man. I would give my heart's desire so that you might see. The first step is to realize it all begins with you and me. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? When we stand together, it's our finest hour. We can do anything, anything. Keep believing in the power. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? 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 Thank you. Namaste.
What a perfect song. Thank you, Heather. Good morning. Well, I know our topic is boundaries build bridges, but I want to take a little bit different twist. I didn't really like this. And I want to begin with a poem by Rainier Maria Rilke, and it was translated by Robert Bly. And it's called The Way In. Whoever you are, some evening, take a step out of your house, which you know so well. Enormous space is near. Your house lives where it begins, whoever you are. Your eyes find it hard to tear themselves away from the sloping threshold. But with your eyes, slowly lift one black tree up so it stands against the sky, skinny and alone. With that, you have made the world. The world is immense and like a word that is still growing in the silence. In the same moment that your will grasps it, your eyes, feeling it subtly, will leave it. And the poem seems to fit our theme because to cultivate authenticity may mean that we have to step out of what we know and step into uncertainty and the unknown, which is ultimately the way in, you know. And I believe it's also telling us that once we look beyond the threshold of what is familiar and see the enormity of just one possibility, just one black tree against the sky, then we open our consciousness to new potentials, and our eyes will no longer focus on the one tree, but we'll see the entire landscape to the horizon line. We all want the highest and best good for ourselves, for our loved ones, our center, the planet. And if we are to cultivate the authenticity that we've been discussing this month, then it's up to us to take that one step out of that house of familiarity that we know so well. If we are to awaken to the mystery of who and what we truly are, we have to give up certainty. We have to give up the security of thinking that we have the answers. There's a little story by Anthony DeMello in Song of the Bird. I could hardly believe my eyes when I saw the name of the store, The Truth Shop. The saleswoman was very polite. What type of truth did I wish to purchase, partial or whole? Well, the whole truth, of course. No deceptions for me, no defenses, no rationalizations. I want my truth plain and unadulterated. She waved me on to another side of the store. The salesman there pointed to the price tag. "The price is very high, sir," he said. "What is it?" I asked. determined to get the whole truth no matter what it costs. Your security, sir, he answered. I came away with a heavy heart. I still need the safety of my unquestioned beliefs. So our unquestioned beliefs are simply the perceptions we hold, the way we see and understand the experiences of our lives. And to some degree, we are each boxed in by those perceptions. We carry within us all the conditioning that we received as a child and all the experiences we've had to date. And all of this influences how we see the world and how we react to it. To step outside of the house we know so well, we need to shift our frame of reference. We need to question what we think we know. Business motivation leader and best-selling author Stephen Covey says, how we see the problem is the problem. Because most of us have been taught to see the world from the outside in. We see a problem out there and we try to fix it out there. Both Albert Einstein and David Bohm, the father of quantum physics, have said that we cannot solve a significant problem at the level of the problem. We cannot solve a situation at the level of our outer perception of it. The shift that you and I have to take is to shift to an inside-out approach, and it requires some deep soul-searching. In 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, Stephen Covey tells a story of his young son who was immature for his age and very uncoordinated. He was playing baseball and couldn't seem to learn to hit or throw the ball. They worked with him, they practiced with him, they encouraged him, they bolstered him when he failed. They did all the things that most good parents would do to help their child, and still their son didn't improve. When Stephen began studying this inside-out approach, he and his wife sat down and truly took a look at what they were feeling. After considerable reflection, they discovered that they were seeing their son as inept and someone who needed their encouragement, support, and protection. They were seeing themselves as inept because their child was not improving. So through a lot of prayer and faith, they began consciously to look at their son differently, to see him in terms of his own uniqueness and his own worth having nothing to do with how coordinated he was. They worked on their own internal sense of security so that their worth as parents wasn't tied up with the behavior of their son. And soon they were able to enjoy him just as he was. They appreciated his uniqueness and no longer had to protect him. Their unspoken message to him was, you are okay just the way you are, and we don't need to protect you anymore. It didn't take long for the boy to feel a quiet confidence within himself. When Steve and Sandra stopped seeing him as broken, he stopped being broken. Eventually, he became a good student and a very good athlete. Steve and Sandra shifted their outside-in approach when they stopped trying to fix the problem at the level of the problem. But when they went into themselves, they saw that he was simply outpicturing their basic beliefs about him. And when those basic beliefs changed in them, they changed in their son as well. You and I are on a spiritual path or we wouldn't be here. We are truly on a journey of awakening. And in that awakening, one of the things we're doing, whether we realize it or not, is we are shifting to an inside-out paradigm. So I'd like for us to look at 4 areas of our life and see where we may have to step outside of the box if we are practicing outside-in thinking. And there's security, guidance, wisdom, and power. Our security is our sense of worth, our emotional anchorage, self-esteem. Our guidance is our internal frame of reference that influences our decision-making. Our wisdom is the perspective we have on life, our sense of understanding and comprehension. And our power is our capacity to act, to make choices and decisions. So we start with security. If we are thinking from the outside in, then our security comes from those things in our outer world. Those things we are sure of because we can see them or they can be measured in some way. money, validation from others, possessions, relationships with others. And these will be the criteria upon which we base our security. If our security is dependent upon financial success, then if money is scarce, security is scarce. If our security is based on validation by others, then when we feel unappreciated, our security is threatened. If our security is based on possessions and we lose them, we lose our security. If our security is linked to our relationship with others, then it is threatened whenever we have disagreements or arguments. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, says everyone is looking for security. And often we think the word security means that we have enough money to pay the bills. And it certainly does include that. But there is a deeper security than that, a security that comes only through a deep and abiding faith in life, a deep and abiding faith in ourselves, and a deep and abiding faith in God. There is no permanent healing of anything in life without a restoration of faith. There is no gratification or feeling of safety without faith. And he continues, I believe that everything that exists is an expression of God, and that is why we are here. There is an inner something in us that belongs to the universe, and we have to get rid of all that inhibits it. Every sense of rejection and guilt and insecurity and anxiety. The security I'm talking about is the kind that not only warms the heart and makes glad the mind, but also feeds the soul. We believe we belong to God. There is that within us which will last forever. There is no other security. So our deepest security comes from our ability to trust in ourselves because we trust the God presence within us. And like the story of the truth shop, we must let go of the certainty of old beliefs and embrace a life of faith in the unseen forces in our lives. The second one is guidance, which is that inner frame of reference from where we make our decisions. Again, if our guidance is from the outside-in paradigm, then our decisions will be influenced by others and by situations rather than from our own inner wisdom and integrity. Using our former examples, if we are money-centered, then our decisions will be made from a bottom line rather than what is good, the highest good for all concerned. If we are guided by our possessions, then we may be judgmental of those who have less or be jealous of those who have more. If we're guided by a need to be loved and accepted or by what others say and do, then we may meet that need by becoming a people pleaser, giving up our own authenticity in the process. So as you and I step outside of the house we know so well and let our guidance come from our own intuitive wisdom, then we can stand apart from life situations and circumstances, and we can see everything from that deeper level. There is that within us that knows what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and the more that we can believe this, the more we are guided by that which is intuitive and inherent within us. The third one is wisdom, and our wisdom is our sense of understanding and comprehension, looking from the inside out. If we feel that the wisdom of the experts outweighs our own intuitive knowledge, then our understanding of life will come from the experiences of others rather than our own. That's not to say that somebody can't offer good advice, but ultimately decisions there's something from within that's going to tell us what is exactly right for us. If the experts tell us that the economy is not good, we may be tempted to withhold our giving, whether it's to ourselves, our family, our center, other charitable organizations that are dependent on others for their success. And our fear may block our own divine circulation in the process. The experts tell us that we should have healthy boundaries in our relationships. But if we are not in tune with our inner wisdom, we may close our heart to others in our attempt to protect ourselves. Shifting our paradigm to the inside out, we view the world as good, as a product or manifestation of that one divine power and presence. We have a well-balanced sense of ourselves and our world, and we see our world in terms of what we can do for it and for its people. We know that the universe is a product of divine wisdom and that we are a part of that wisdom. The more we listen for that inner intuition, the more aware of it we become. And the more we convince ourselves that this wisdom guides us into right action, the more we will find those beautiful God whispers operating throughout our life. Ernest Holmes tells us to realize that God is ever present, ever available, is to know that all the wisdom, intelligence, and power of the universe is right where you are. Your word is power when you know this. This is why everything in your life depends upon your belief, why it's done unto you as you believe. Change your belief and you can change your world. And the last one is power. Our power is our capacity to act, to make those choices and decisions and then carry them out. From an outside-in paradigm, we often feel powerless, that others have the control, and we are mere puppets in their game. If we are money-centered, then our power will be all about how much money we have or don't have. If we have a need to be loved, it will be easy to give our power away to others, leaving ourselves feeling unempowered and perhaps resentful that we did not set a healthy boundary. If we are possession-centered, then our power will come from having bigger toys than the other guy, and we will feel unempowered in the presence of anyone who has more than we do. The shift to an inside-out perception brings us a freedom and power that is reflected in a new confidence in ourselves, because we have confidence in the power within us, which comes from the source of all life. We are no longer bound by the influence of others, but remain true to our own integrity and our own authenticity, and our actions reflect that integrity. Ernest Holmes says, all things are possible, excuse me, all things are possible to God, provided they remain true to the nature of God, and that which is untrue to the nature of God has no existence. There is no division between big and little. Nothing is an outcast in the kingdom of good. There is a power in us right now, if we could unshackle it, which is the same power that swings the planets in their space and holds them there. So it's time to unshackle our power. You know, we are on the most incredible journey of our life. It's this journey of awakening. And so no longer can we stay in the boxes we've created with our limited perceptions. Jesus told us that we should not hide our light under a bushel, but place it on a candlestick so that it holds the light for all who are in the house. This light is the God light within us. When we step out of the box, then our light shines. We have so many gifts to give. We have our love, our talents, our uniqueness. We have so many gifts to receive. The gifts of spirit, joy, happiness, peace, contentment, security, and power. Sufi mystic Kabir tells us wherever you are is the entry point. At any moment, whenever and wherever we choose, we can step out of that house we know so well and enter a landscape of love, beauty, truth, abundance. So I'm going to give you an assignment this week. It's really simple. Might not be easy, but find an area where you've been limited by an outside-in perception. Just think about it. And step out of the house you know so well by shifting your perception to look from the inside out, and see what that does to your whole perception of the situation. Not only will our world expand, but we will be cultivating our authenticity when we do. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.
I've spent my life with the disease to please, saying yes when I really meant no. And now I've seen the light, and I feel the time is right. There's something I need you to know. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I'm saying yes to me. Let's stand up. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I set myself free. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I'm saying yes to me. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I set myself free. You ready to do this crazy verse? Here it comes. I've been living my life and living to please, full of effort and struggle and not enough ease. I've been so good, but now I know when I'm untrue to me, I lose a piece of my soul. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I'm saying yes to me. That's right. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I set myself free. Here it comes. I thought to be liked, that I had to be nice, doing what others wanted, but I was paying the price. 'Cause what good is my giving? How authentic, how true, when I cheat me just to please you, yeah. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I'm saying yes to me, that's right. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I set myself free. Just say no. It's about freedom. And what having choices. Trust in my heart to know that I can say yes or I can say no. So I say yes to what feels right, no to what feels wrong. Yes to what feels right, and no to what feels wrong. Yes to what feels right, and no to what feels wrong. And when I'm undecided, I'll just sing that little song. Hey, N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I'm saying yes to me. That's right. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I set myself free. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I'm saying yes to me. N-O is my new yes. When I say no, I set myself free. Yeah. Something to love.
Thank you. Karen Drucker's amazing. She really is.
It's hard to say no even when you're singing no, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, it's time. It's time for our offering, a chance to put the divine law of circulation in process. And I ask that you join me in our offering affirmation on the bottom left-hand side of your bulletin. My gift goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I share generously of my good, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me and gratitude behind me, where gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
And thank you, everybody who makes this place work in so many different ways, including financially. So thank you with all my heart. So we're closing this portion out in prayer, and then please join us for refreshments, and don't forget Ooh La La is open. So practitioners, we are having a meeting. All kinds of good little things are going on. So, okay, so let's just take a moment right now to know that there is only one mind. It's the mind of God. Only one life. It's the life of God. And that life is animating you and me. We are God expressing individually as each of us, uniquely and perfectly. I speak my word today for Judy and for her family, to know that this is a bittersweet time, a time that we all will face at some point, and to simply know that she is at peace. She has found her new home, and her new adventure awaits. I speak my word for anyone experiencing any kind of a challenge, knowing that God is right in the midst of that challenge, making easy the way. I give thanks for the opportunity to be here today with my spiritual family, and to know indeed we are expressing God's love on earth. And what could be better than that? So I release these words into the law of mind to do its perfect work as we say together, and so it is. Thank you, and may we stand and sing Stand.
So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are living a new world now. So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are living a new world now. We We are living a new world.